Hello students, today I am going to teach Knapsack 01 problem using dynamic programming. The name 01 is because here we have to take one full item as a whole or we should not consider that item. Okay, that is why the name 01 problem. Okay, now going to the problem, here the problem has been given to you. It has three data, that is profit, weight and the bag capacity. The profit of individual items is given to you and the weight of the individual item is given to you and the bag capacity is given to you. So our aim is to fill the bag so that we achieve maximum profit. So, and one more constraint we have to keep it in mind, while achieving maximum profit we have to make sure that we are not exceeding the bag capacity. So here the bag capacity is given as 8 and the total number of items is 4. Now actually I have found out the solution for this problem. The maximum profit comes out to be as 8, and we have also kept in mind the constraint that we should not exceed the bag capacity. So how did I get the maximum profit as 8? The same problem again I am going to explain for you using tabulation method. So Knapsack 01 problem using dynamic programming, we are following this tabulation method. So in this table, there is the problem given to you, that is profit, weight, and the row. This row represents the item we are considering, and the column represents the bag capacity. Now, when we are also considering, that is item is equal to 0. So without adding any items, and what do you fill those boxes of the table? When I is equal to 0 or j is equal to 0, and both, if I and j are both 0, then you fill those row with value 0. Now, coming to item number 1, so what will this box take the value as? Now coming to item number 1, just move top and see the bag capacity j is equal to 0. So item number 1, weight is 2. So we cannot add item number 1 when the bag capacity is 0. So I'll add a 0. Similar way, when the bag capacity is 1, I am not able to add my item number 1 because my item number weight is 2. So I put a 0. Now coming to the bag capacity as 2, yes, now I can add my item number 1 because the bag capacity is 2 as well as the weight of the item number 1 is 2. And so if I add the item number 1, the profit we gain, that profit value we have to add here. So the profit of item number 1 is 1. Similar way, for j is equal to 3, I can add item number 1, but I have no other items with me now because I'm in the first row. I can take only is the item number 1. I cannot take any other item. So in the rest of the boxes, I retain the same value as 1. Now moving on to the second row. Now I have the choice of 2 items that can be added into the bag, but keeping in mind that I should not exceed the bag capacity and also I should achieve maximum profit. These two constraints you keep it in the mind. So I have to not exceed the bag capacity as well as I have to achieve maximum profit. So now I have got 2 items with me, that is item number 1 and item number 2. When j is equal to 0, I cannot add any item, so I put a 0. Similar way, when j is equal to 1, I am not able to add any item because both the items are having weight greater than 1, so I put a 0. When j is equal to 2, I can add only item number 1, but I cannot add item number 2. So I retain the same value as 1. Now, when j is equal to 3, I can add either item number 1 or item number 2. But which one I'll take? I'll take a item that gives me more profit. So I go for item number 2 and my profit is 2. Now moving on to j is equal to 4. So if I take the combination of item number 1 and 2, it goes to weight as 5. So I can't take the combination of the two items. So I'll retain the same value as 2. Now going to j is equal to 5, I can take the combination of the two items, that is item number 1 and 2. I can combine both the items and add it to my bag. So the weight comes out to be 3 plus 2, 5. Yes. And the bag capacity also is equal to 5. So I can add both the items, and the profit what I get is 3. Similar way, I fill the next box and the other boxes will retain the value as 3. Moving on to the next row. Now I am in row 3. Now I can have the choice of selecting 3 items. Any one item, or I can select a choice of 2 items or all the 3 items. But one thing I have to always keep it in mind, I should not exceed my bag capacity. And one more thing, I am making maximum profit out of the items added into the bag. I have to make maximum profit. So when j is equal to 0, I cannot add any item, so it is 0. Next, when j is equal to 1, I am not able to add any item because I don't have any items with weight is equal to 1. Okay, so I add 0 here. When j is equal to 2, I can add the only item with weight 2 is item number 1. So I am adding the profit of that 1. When j is equal to 3, I cannot take a choice of any 2 items, because if I take either item number 1 and 2, the weight goes to 5. If I take item 3 and 1, the weight goes to 6. If I take item number 3 and 2, the sum of the weight goes to 7. So I'm not able to take it. I cannot combine 2 items and add it to my bag. So when j is equal to 3, I have left out with only one option, that is my item number 2, and its profit is 2. So I add that. Moving on to j is equal to 4. Now if I see from my choice, item number 3 has a weight of 4 and it has a profit of 5. That is more than the profit which I have previously. So I am going to add item number 3 and the profit is 5. When j is equal to 5, when the bag capacity is equal to 5, I cannot combine any other items, because if I combine any other item, the weight goes beyond 5. So I retain my previous value, that is 5. Now when j is equal to 0, I can combine item number 3 and item number 1. The item number 3 weight is 4 and the item number 1 weight is 2. So 4 plus 2, 6, and the profit comes out to be 6. Now going on to weight j is equal to 7. Now I will see what choices I could make so I can achieve maximum profit. So whether I can add item number 3 and item number 1. If I add item number 1 and item number 3, see the profit what I get, and also see the weight. So if I add item number 1 and item number 3, the sum of the weight comes out to be 4 plus 2, 6. Yeah, I could add. But the profit comes out to be 5 plus 1, 6. It is same as the previous value. Let me see whether any other combination gives me more profit. So if I go for item number 2 and item number 3, 3 plus 2, sorry, when I go for item number 2 and 3, the weight of the items are 3 and 4. If I add that, the weight comes out to be 7, and even my bag capacity also is 7. So I could, and my profit comes out to be 5 plus 2, that is 7. So I have a bigger value than my previous value, so I go for that combination. So 7, and the next box also retain the value 7. So similar way, going on to the last row, the first, when j is equal to 0, I retain the value 0. Similar way, here also it's 0, and here it is 1. So the next step, it is 2, and here also it retains 5, 6, 7, and the last step, if I see when j is equal to 8, okay, so what items I can include, so I achieve a maximum profit. Okay, just if you can see the table, so which items I can add. I have a I can make any choice out of my four items. That is item number one, item number two, item number three, and item number four. I can make any choice, but I should get maximum profit, as well as one more important thing I should keep in mind is I should not exceed the back capacity. So if I see that out of the four items, suppose if I take item number 3 and item number 4, the weight is 5 plus 4, 9. No, I am exceeding the back capacity, so I cannot add. If I take item number 4 and item number 2, the weight comes out to be 5 plus 3, 8. And my profit is also 6 plus 2, that is also 8. So if I see any other combination of the items, I can go for this best choice that is giving me profit as 8. Suppose if I go for item number 1 and 4, the weight is 5 plus 2, 7. Yeah, I can add this item also. The profit comes out to be 6 plus 1, 7. But in the previous step, I had got a more value. That is, when I look into the combination of these two items, that is item number 2 and item number 4, the sum of the weight comes out to be 5 plus 3, that is 8. And the profit comes out to be 6 plus 2, even that is 8. And that is 100% more than my previous value, that is 7. So I put my new value 8. Now I have filled the table. Now the next step, I have to decide on which items I have selected to make my profit as 8. So out of these four items, which items I have selected to make my profit as 8. So I'm starting from my last box, that is, I'll highlight it with a color. I'll highlight it with a blue color. So I highlight it with a blue color. Now I see this is the maximum profit which I got. Now I'll tell you the steps to identify the items that are being added into the bag to get this maximum profit. So see just above 8. If there is 8 also in the previous row, then don't include this row. See, now if you see the last row number 4, the last box contains the value 8. And that 8, if you go the box just above that, the previous row, that is row 3, if you go above that, there is no 8 there. So we can see this 8, this profit 8 is explicitly come from row 4. So include this item. So I will make whichever items I include, I'll highlight it with a color, yellow color. So I have included item number 4. Now the next step, what I have to do is, I have to move just above 8, that is this box. I'll highlight it with a color, blue color. So now I have to move just one step, one row above. Then since I have included item number 4, just see the weight of item number 4. The weight of item number 4 is 5. Now from this box, move 7 steps towards the left. So if I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have moved. I'll highlight those boxes with a blue color. Now in the column j is equal to 3, I have stopped. In this particular column, I have stopped. Now see the row above it. Now the value in this box is 2. Now the value above this box, that is the one step ahead, is also 2. See, it is also 2. So this 2 is not come particularly from this row. Even there is 2 which is in the previous row also. So if there is like this a duplicate, so don't add this row, don't add this item. So now I have not added the item, but just I move above. Now moving above, the value is 2 here, the value is 2 here. Now I will not move towards my left hand side, because since I have not added any items, Now the value is 2 here. Just check in the above row whether there is a 2 present. Now the value is 2 here. Just check in the above row whether there is a value 2 present. Here it is not present. It is not present. So we can say this 2 has explicitly come from this row. So I am including item number 2. Now next, I'll move one box above, that is here. I'll highlight it with a color. Then what I do is, in the previous step, I have added item number 2. The weight of item number 2 is 3. So from here, I move 3 steps towards my left hand side. So 1, 2 and 3. So I'll highlight those boxes with a color. Further, now if I see here, the value is 0. The value above that row also is 0. So this 0 is not from this particular row, so I am not going to add this item. So I move above and highlight this box with a color, and if I see, there are no further items that can be included. So in this problem, I have added 2 items into my bag, that is item number 2 and item number 4, and the weight of the item number 2 is 3 and the weight of the item number 4 is 5. So if I sum up the weight of these 2 items, that is 5 plus 3, it comes out to be 8. So I have achieved my first constraint. I have followed my first constraint, that is not to exceed my bag capacity. Plus the profit comes out to be 6 plus 2, that is 8. And also I have achieved my maximum profit. So that is 8. This is the concept of tabulation method of solving Knapsack 01 problem using dynamic programming. So thank you all.